In 2020, the world witnessed one of the most economically destructive pandemics in history, COVID-19. A steady flow of goods, services, money was severed. Businesses closed down, with many taking huge losses. To help anchor the Kenyan economy by finding ways to keep businesses stay afloat, Kepsa worked tirelessly to find interventions to the impact of the pandemic, attaining multiple key achievements.
At the beginning of 2020, we started the year really trying to help improve the business environment. We were looking at how we could help SMEs navigate the difficult environment of 2019. We were also looking at how we could help primarily SMEs take advantage of the opportunities that we saw before us in 2020. And then everything changed when we started to hear the first waves of the virus hitting the world. We began to immediately see the economic impact, but we had no idea how big it was going to be. What we did as Kepsa was we mobilized as quickly as we could and brought all the sector leaders together for bi-weekly meetings to discuss what are the challenges in each of their sectors.
In spite of the challenges posed by COVID-19, we achieved an unexpectedly high number of public-private dialogue roundtables and meetings in the year. Amongst the dialogues included one presidential roundtable in March 2020 and 110 other key engagements that positively impacted 14 major sectors in the business circle. To support Kepsa advocacy during the COVID-19 period, the department conducted 4 surveys to assess the COVID-19 impact on businesses and come up with proposals for intervention. The surveys helped develop an economic management framework for COVID-19 response and successfully championed for economic stimulus measures such as 25% reduction of pay as you earn and 100% tax relief for those earning below 24,000 Kenya shillings.
Having seen what was happening in the rest of the world, we developed what we called an economic management strategy, a framework, and that was to look at the issues that different sectors were starting to face, especially those that were internationally connected, but also because they have value chains in the country. We also had carried out a survey to start seeing what the disruption looks like and how the future will look like. And that is the economic management framework that we first engaged Ministry of Treasury, and that called together a few other ministries together, and we looked at those issues. That led to our first roundtable with the President this year, and that was in March.
It being a tough year, Kepsa and its members stood up for businesses and contributed resources towards COVID-19 mitigation. Significant contributions made include provision of food, water, soap and disinfectants, water tanks and hand washing stations, thermal guns, ventilators, sanitizers, PPEs, mattresses, umbrellas to the police, e-learning platforms and training, digital resources, telecommunication support, advertising and communications. Over 30 companies collaborated under the Safe Hands initiative to distribute the free soap, sanitizer and face masks to vulnerable communities. Kepsa, in conjunction with KHF, mobilized the private sector to deploy resources to combat COVID-19, providing a suite of donations worth Kenya shillings 16 million. KHF also partnered with Ministry of Health to procure over 35,000 COVID-19 test kits from Roche.
We saw different companies, people getting out of their comfort zones to do soap, sanitizers, hand washing places, giving food and all manner of support, especially to the vulnerable. And I must say I'm really, really proud of the private sector in Kenya, because besides the impact that COVID was having in the businesses, that the private sector still stood up and said, we are suffering, but we also have to be our brother's keepers, and went out to really, really support the vulnerable as much as we can.
In terms of members, 2020 has seen our total number of memberships grow. Kepsa welcomed 109 new members. The total new and renewed members stand at 395 and the entire membership of 605. Despite the pandemic, Kepsa managed to host 26 high-level business forums, conferences and exhibitions, majority of them online. These enabled creation of business partnerships, exchange of ideas and knowledge. In another achievement, Kepsa and MasterCard Foundation launched the MSME COVID-19 Recovery and Resilience Program, a fund to provide interest-free loans to MSMEs affected by COVID-19 pandemic, repayable within 6 months. Kenya shillings 2,910,000 has been disbursed to 9 businesses with 361 applications at different stages of review. In the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, the foundation also played an instrumental role in coordinating activities and mobilizing resources towards the socio-economic transformation of Kenya. This was facilitated by the different initiatives across multiple sectors like security, environment, social impact, national values, gender-focused, and many others. Kepsa has constantly focused on improving its communication to members, especially during the COVID-19 period, and building strong public relations. The efforts have seen radio, 142 mentions in 25 national and vernacular radio stations, TV, 86 coverage instances in 9 TV stations, print media, 388 articles published, of which 237 were on major dailies and 151 on the web. Press releases, 19 released presenting Kepsa position, updates and communication on various cross-cutting issues. Social media, over 533 million impressions generated online, amassing a reach of 60 million online in the last 11 months of the year. Over 20,000 mentions of Kepsa brand online.
But this little virus has come and taught us a different lesson. The lessons that we can remain optimistic, that we can listen to the guidelines in health, that we have to take care of our own personal health, and we have to ensure that the people around us at work, and most importantly our loved ones, are kept safe by us and by the messages that they are taking from everybody else about how to remain safe in 2021.
Wherever you be safe, enjoy the moment, enjoy the oxygen. I think it's something we've taken for granted, but we realize it's a commodity that is quite expensive when you're sick. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, keep safe, wear your mask, keep social distance, sanitize.
I wish everybody a very festive season, and I wish you all good health and all kinds of good luck in 2021.